Hello, my name's Bywater from Cordrey Compliance, and I'm going to talk to you for a couple of minutes about what I think some of the advantages are of being compliant with GDPR. If you've done all your data mapping exercises, you've put your logs together, your registers and so on in terms of looking at what you're doing with your data, how you're processing it, where you're keeping it and so on, you should be in a much better place now because you've done basically a business process. It's not just that you've been trying to comply with the rules, but you've looked at what's good data, what's bad data, if I can call it that. You may have decided to delete certain data, but you're in a much more organized way now. Complying with GDPR should give you a competitive edge. For example, if you have done a data protection impact assessment on some of your products and services, where you've looked at the risks and you've either decided there are no risks to privacy or there are some, but we've mitigated them in such and such a way, you can then go on to sell that to your customers to say, look, we are GDPR compliant, and so what we're going to sell you now means that you should also be GDPR compliant. This links to my first point about you having organized your data in a better way, because presumably you will now be in a better position to do better, more efficient, more targeted marketing. Let's say, for example, you've been matching data sets, all in a compliant way, I hope, with GDPR, then you'll be able to deal with your customers to market to them in a much better way and hopefully save costs at the same time. Now, you will have all seen at some point in the newspaper or seen on the headline news in the evening some story about a data breach, and you might be thinking, oh, I don't want to do business with those people because they can't keep my data safe. They can't keep it secure. I think it's very important in terms of building trust and keeping loyalty with your customers that, if you're compliant with GDPR, you'll be able to maintain that. And it's not just your customers, think about your employees too. They too want to work with a company that's GDPR compliant, so think about that as well. What I just said about data breaches also links with reputation, because obviously if you get a bad data breach, you don't want to be on the front page of a national newspaper or headline news in the evening. You've got to take care of your reputation. You've got to make sure that you are totally compliant, or as near totally compliant as you can be, in order to make sure that you carry on having that good reputation that you have on the market. If you are going to be selling your business, you're going to want to make sure that you're all squeaky clean in terms of what you're doing with your data protection compliance under GDPR. You're going to make sure that there are no nasties in there, no skeletons in the closet, because you want to be able to obviously to sell at the best price that you can. And if you think about it the other way around, if you're the acquirer, you're going to be doing your data protection due diligence. So you too want to make sure there are no liabilities there that you're going to be acquiring at the same time. So those are just a few points of what I think being compliant with GDPR can bring. So don't think of it as just a massive compliance burden. Yes, there is work to be done, there are processes to be gone through and so on, but there are many opportunities there, so do go for those.